Hello there, Cancer. Happy New Year. I'm a Cancer too, so the uh, the reading will be more personalized. Put it that way. So this is going to be your tarot cards for the month of January. I might do these twice a month, but for now I'm just going to stick with once a month, and I'm going to give you my vibe and my reading of the tarot for you for January 2018. We're just going to pull 3 cards. So let's start that, shall we? Sorry if the camera's doing weird things. Whoa. Sorry about that. I hope you're not seeing. I'm seeing a lot of weird distortion all of a sudden. Okay. Anyway, I apologize for that. Here you go. Let's pull 3 cards for you, Cancer. So I'm just shuffling right now. I use an online tarot deck. So here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, okay, so astrologically, Cancers are going through a little bit of a tougher time in January, December, January, because we're in the sign of Capricorn, so it's our opposite sign. It's our hardest time of year. Meaning what? Meaning you might feel less motivation, more depressed at this time of year. Maybe it's harder to relate to people this time of year. You're lonelier. Also, because there's a number of planets in Capricorn, it exacerbates it or exaggerates that. And we've had the planet of Pluto going through our house of relationship now since 2008. We're about halfway through. Well, we're a little more than halfway through. Pluto is around 18 degrees out of 30, a little more than halfway. And what it's doing is it's revamping and clearing out everything to do with our intimate relationships. It's the house of partnerships and marriage, and sometimes open enemies. So Pluto comes and it says, oh yeah, you think things are working well? So think back to 2008 and how much your life has changed when it comes to relationships. Whether you're in a long, steady one and you've gone probably through ups and downs, roller coaster rides, or whether you've lost people and you've started over, you're building, basically it's making us as Cancers not be so vulnerable and so walked on. We have to be appreciated more. So the cards are going to sort of talk about that, I believe, because we start off with the Four of Cups, which is fine. Four of Cups is a card of like resting, sometimes indulging, sometimes being a bit stagnant, but for the time being, it might feel great. You might feel totally comfortable. Nothing else could go wrong. Very secure, but also you'll know if it's too much because you'll start to feel bored or restless or like, what's the word? Almost saturated. And the Four of Cups sometimes means it's, well, the card, if you look at the Rider-Waite deck, which I'm using here, it'll show somebody sitting under a tree and there's 3 cups lined up and then there's another cup that comes given to them in this sort of hand in a cloud. It's like it's an offer. And the person's just sitting there like, nah, I'm not sure if I'll take it or not. That's what we mean by, have you become too comfortable? Are you not taking the things that are offered right in front of your eyes? Are you turning things down because you just rather stay in the same kind of secure place you've been in? So that sort of does suggest there might be something that comes as an offer in January, and it's going to be up to us to take it. Now the next card that shows up is the Death card. So that means this month is going to have some sort of flip-flop or reversal of fortune. Doesn't always mean it's bad. The Death card's usually good, but it's not always fun to go through because it takes something where, again, the sense of security, You think everything's just going perfectly well, and then the death card will come along and say no, and it'll take something away or disrupt your plan, and literally you'll be feeling like, what is there? There's nothing left. I don't know what to do with myself. It's not a literal death. It's not physical death. It's the death of something, and that could be, you know, the death of a trip that you had planned that gets canceled, something like that. A job that you thought you had, but you don't now, something like that. But what happens is death card brings something better in its place. It brings a surprise, and it brings something better than what you first thought. So if anything comes along and changes that suddenly, try to trust, because believe me, I've lived this card so many times. Try to trust that there's something even better that's going to come in and replace that for you. And then you have the Five of Swords here, and that's what I mean about the Pluto. I think the Five of Swords, it's a card of conflicts. You'll probably already know what these conflicts are about, or things that have been bothering you for a while, tensions that have been building. It won't be a surprise, but it might be time that you stand up and say something. It might be time that you leave something behind or quit. It might be time to take a break from something, and that'll be a good thing. So I would say overall, for Cancer, for you, for January, I'm getting a feeling of, you start off feeling secure and maybe even a little bit bored, and then there's going to be something that sort of wakes you up and surprises you and makes you act during this month. But it's going to be an overall a good thing. It's going to be something that motivates you, even if it makes you mad at first. It's still good, because there's a feeling of being in too much of like a sleepy, slumbery kind of mindset. And sometimes that anger, whoops, kitty, is exactly what you need to motivate yourself to take charge of your life. And once you do, you're going to be, you know, quite, I wouldn't say ruthless, but, you know, you'll be quite clean and clear about what you'll be able to put up with and what you won't anymore. And that's probably a long overdue change, I'm guessing. You know, when I see these cards, I'm a Cancer too. When I see these cards, I'm like, oi, really? You know, but I trust the cards for so long, and I know that the Death card is usually a positive wake and shake. So just prepare yourself to take charge of your life and to be letting go of things, making decisions, and acting on them firmly. All right? Onwards and upwards this year for us Cancers, okay? And if you would like a more personal reading with me, you can message me under this video. They are by appointment. They're not free. But you're welcome to message me, and we'll make up an appointment so that I can help you if you like. All right. Good luck to you, and all the best for January 2018.